Gen Con started today and brought with it a bunch of news, including a look at some new sets, our first look at some new products, and much, much more, including card reveals. So let's check them all out now. What's up, Illuminators? It's Charlie and Mateus back. Reveal season has started, kicking off with the first day of Gen Con. There are 3 more days to go, lots more reveals to go, but today was the main event with the panel.
It was like the 2 years anniversary of Disney Lorcana.
And there was lots of information shared, so let's jump straight into it. And we're starting off with this, which is Winterspell, which is going to be set 11, which is coming in the first quarter of 2026. Mateus asked me just before we recorded, what is Q1? That is January, February, or March of 2026.
So it's still within the theme of snow for some countries.
There's certainly still snow in Montreal at that time of year. So flurries of fun await. Get ready to chill out for the coolest adventure to storm into the realm of Lorcana. So this is really all that was shared for this. It was just the key art, but they did say that, of course, Angel, sorry.
So Angel in her flowery colors are joining the team of Lorcana, and apparently the whole story is around this mysterious snow that just started. I just can't wait. Honestly, I love the theme of snow.
Yeah,
and I feel like going all the way to the sun and all the way in the islands is nice to finally get so much of Montreal.
Snow is just frozen water. It's always water, but they did say this set was going to have a focus on limited formats, so draft, sealed, and the other limited
Infinity
formats.
Construct?
Yeah, I guess all of those. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what that means for the way the set is constructed.
Yeah.
And then if that wasn't far enough into the future, the team did also confirm that Q2 2026, that's April, May, June. My goodness, April, May, June is when we are going to be seeing Pixar joining Disney Lorcana with this beautiful key art from Toy Story.
So we knew Pixar was coming, right? It was revealed long ago, I think in the last D23, over a year ago. So we actually see a first art, which is very exciting. There are other franchises coming, as you know. Pocahontas is coming eventually. Yeah. We get Gargoyles joining with Whispers in the Well, which will show a little bit more. And also, of course, the Black Cauldron. Nothing has been shown apart from that one key art in the past.
But really getting ahead of himself.
I just get excited.
Gargoyles is coming as part of Whispers in the Well, as we already know, but also the Black Cauldron as well. And Whispers in the Well is going to be having its pre-release on November 7, and then it's going to have its full wide release at mass retail on November 14.
We also found out, as they were explaining a little bit more about the lore behind Whispers in the Well, there are those things that are the whispers. We're guessing that's probably going to be a classification for those characters, like Ariel. There's some energy around it. I'm guessing somehow related to the papers on Mickey hand. So I think each paper represents a whisper. We don't know their function on it in the game yet, but there's a big role with detectives, and we'll see more on that with some cards also revealed.
We did get to see our first look at some of the products, and that was mainly just the booster pack. So we see Daisy Duck here, we see Gaston, and we see...
Is it Demonica?
I think Demonica might be
correct. I think it's Demonica, obviously from Gargoyle. Yeah. And again, confirming that the franchise is coming in, and the reaction from the community has been tremendous with Demonica. So super, 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 super cool. And I love all the theming about it.
Yeah. And we also did get to see the starter decks. And as Matteo said, they are involving the whispers. It's very hard to make out the text on the side of the card, but you can see that... I think it's Simba, right? It's Simba, Megara, and Robin Hood all have that special treatment, which we're thinking is probably going to mean that they're Whisper cards, and Whisper cards probably have some special effect that I'm sure we're going to find out about shortly.
So obviously, as Charles said, we don't know. It's hard to tell. You can read one word or another. We don't have the information. This is all guesses at the moment. We do hear the word under the card, because we see that with Mickey, as we're going to show later on for Fabled already. But we heard the word boost, whatever that means. Yeah. So hopefully we'll get to find out more. It's probably a new mechanic associated to Whispers. Yeah. So I'm very, very excited. It's always really cool when new mechanics are introduced, as long as they are doing in a balanced way.
Yeah, and I think with only 33 mechanically new cards for Fabled, it's kind of nice getting a look at some new mechanics coming maybe a little bit further down the...
And that's probably what they try to do here, right? Yeah, exactly.
And then also, as Matteo said, this set is also going to be featuring that synergy with your detective characters. So we got our first look at 3 new cards, all from Zootopia, or Zootropolis for our friends in the UK. We got to see Judy Hopps uncovering clues, Nick Wilde, persistent investigator, and putting it all together, which is an action. We'll look at these cards in detail once we get to the Whispers in the Well reveal season. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But if you'd like to read their effects, you can see it on screen. But it's all about that synergy with your detective characters.
Because I think, it's all about this story is they are trying to find out what are those whispers and what is going on here, so it fits the theme really well. And it goes back to when we said long ago detective needs more importance. The
Exactly.
keyword, or sorry, the classification. So there you go. They are getting their importance.
Do you think it means we're going to get Detective Mickey reprints?
Maybe. I think it'll make sense.
It's in Sapphire.
It'll make sense.
And then we also got one other look ahead to what's coming in Whispers in the Well, and this is Goofy Emerald Champion. Again, we're not going to look too much at the card, but one interesting thing about this card is that it specifically targets your Emerald characters. First time that we've seen a card targeting an ink color for characters, and it does suggest that maybe we're going to be seeing the kind of support for a monocolored deck where, because all of your characters in your deck or all of your cards in your deck are emerald, it's giving them a benefit. So I think that's a really interesting and fun design space they're creating with this one.
And if you are at Gen Con and watching this video right now, don't forget that you can grab your promo card. So whoever is attending Gen Con, I don't remember all the rules. Check our Instagram, we have specified there.
I think this one you just have to buy products.
That's it. Buy a product. You have the whole weekend, and you're gonna get the Goofy Emerald Champion promo card.
And if anyone wants to sell us one, we'd
please, get one for us as well.
So that was all of the future sets. So now we can move on to Fabled, which is the next set that's coming out. And starting off with the announcement that we're getting a brand new franchise.
And the franchise is Dumbo, as you can see on screen.
Yeah, which is awesome. Where we did I think over a year ago now, we had like 10 franchises, 10 movies we wanted to see in Lorcana. And Dumbo was one of them. It was Bambi and Dumbo were like, I think the oldest Disney properties that didn't already have representation in the game, and we did get Dumbo with Fabled, so that's really
very exciting.
Awesome.
We're gonna review those cards in a bit. As Charlie said, we have a moment in this video where we go card by card, so we'll see what we mean with Dumbo.
Yeah. We got to see some more interesting things as well. So a lot more support for kind of the park experience and also more the casual collecting type experience. So the first one is we're going to be seeing magical places promo cards. So an example being this Belle, Apprentice Inventor. She has that really awesome looking promo symbol at the bottom, which represents that it's available at a park. And it's going to be exclusive to select Disney owned and operated locations. So we'd expect the parks, the Disney stores, things like that. We don't know exactly how you're going to be able to obtain Belle, but look out for news in the future because that's a really fun one.
But we do know how to obtain the other Belle, the Accomplished Mystic, with its own shininess and effects around it. So at Gen Con, they also announced a new collection quest. So it's coming to Disney California Adventure. So that's DCA Los Angeles.
DC
Los Angeles.
In Anaheim. Yeah.
In Anaheim. And it is on August 29 while supplies last. So obviously it could take more than a day, but I guess it's going to go very, very fast. The interesting part, though, is they mentioned it's going to be in the Beasts Library, but the Beasts Library is shut down. So people are questioning, are they reopening the Beasts Library? Are we giving you the wrong information?
They definitely said Beasts Library on the stream.
They did say. Yeah. So participating on that, you'll be able to participate on a collection quest. We did cover that in an Instagram post, but pretty much you're opening packs, looking for specific cards that you have to find. You can trade. On completion, you get to earn your promo card. And I believe whoever's participating on that gets a pack for Fabled as well.
I think you'll be making it from packs from Fabled.
Is that right? Okay.
That'll probably be the way it is.
So super exciting. We heard for the first time about quests back again at D23 when they first announced Pixar as well. The plans around that. They are already executing some of those this weekend Gen Con, but that's the extent of that. Now they're actually bringing to the parks, and that's why you get a magical place type of card.
Yeah, it's really cool for Lorcana players who are attending the parks and prefer that kind of experience. Then it's something there. We also got our first look at the Trove. So we've seen a lot of the other products already for Fabled, but we finally got to see the Trove. They tend to hold it back a little bit later these days just because it does tend to spoil some of the cards. And go on, Matthias, I know you've got a lot to talk about with this one.
So that's it, right? So we were like, it's taking so long to spoil. But I think, if we're not mistaken, all 6 cards, each for each color, in color, actually are cards selected to be enchanted. At least if we use that as a base, right? You'll see Dumbo in a bit. We have Eye to Eye, which you'll see as well. We've seen Lilo reveal as a spoiler long ago. Yeah. And we've seen Mulan. Yeah. So there's 2 more cards.
I think we honestly, can safely extrapolate that.
Those other 2 will be enchanted as well.
So
exactly.
It's, what is that? It's, what color is Mickey?
So Mickey will be emerald, right?
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
so
blue, emerald, and then amber, it's the song.
Something from The Lion King.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then, so we have the dice, a bunch of different colors this set. Normally they kind of have a single unified style, but now we're getting these multicolored ones. And then Apex and the law counter as per usual.
Which is the Eye to Eye enchanted art, as we'll show in a bit in the video. But that also means that now that we have this image, we can put together our classic pre-order guide. Because I don't like doing the pre-order guide without showing the contents inside. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll be be able to release very, very soon.
And then the final other product. So we knew about the puzzles that were coming for Disney Lorcana. There were going to be 6 puzzles, each puzzle representing one of the 6 different ink color combinations. And when you purchase this, you get a Mickey promo card, and it's the same promo card for all 6. So you can just pick your favorite ink color if you want to get the promo card. This is going to be released on September 1st. It's going to be available first at Destination D23, which is an event that is run at Walt Disney World. Funnily enough, we were going to go to it this year, and then we were like, no, let's stay home, make sure we cover all of Fabled, and we're going to Disney World the week after. So we're maybe going to have to wait a little bit longer, like everyone else, to get our hands on this. But really cool. Obviously, Ravensburger is primarily a puzzle company, a jigsaw puzzle company, so it makes sense that they're releasing this product. And yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. I love the way they've combined all of the arts.
I'm curious to see. I mean, we do have pictures we can show you. It's worth saying that the 2 additional colors, Amethyst and Steel, hasn't been shown yet. They are holding back, and the reason is because they're gonna be sold through Disney properties or Disney exclusive things. So stay tuned. There'll be more details soon, but you can expect, obviously, if you're a big fan of Amethyst and Steel, there is a place for you.
Wow. We also got a lot more information about events and promo cards for Fabled. So we know we're getting the pre-release week, of course, August 29th to September 6th globally. Usually, and is the same case this set, if you participate in a pre-release event, then you're going to get the pre-release promo card, which we'll look at in a second. There's, of course, weekly play that's non-stop globally, where you can, depending how your local store organized, it might be a tournament, it might be free play, it might be something else. We play in 3 leagues, and 2 of them are free play and 1 of them is a tournament, which is nice to mix it up. And then, of course, set championships, which is the competitive part of your local Lorcana scene, and that is going to be happening in October 4th to 5th, 11 to 12, 18 to 19, 25 to 26, so weekends again. And that, of course, is for the Maleficent Monstrous Dragon card. So she's getting a reprint, and you see it here, getting a reprint with this alternate art for set championship. So you've got the regular non-foil version, you've got the Enchanted version, and also the playmat.
Yes. So the non-promo is for participation. So I think they usually give away 40 of them. So it's while stock's less. Hopefully you'll be fine. Yeah. And then the other one's top 8, as we know. And finally, only the first place gets the champion playmat. This is probably the most exciting after Stitch. Or maybe side by side with Stitch. This is the most exciting prize from Set Championship so far. Yeah. And apparently they said that they are trying to keep that consistent from now on, making very meaningful the card choice. So we'll see with Whispers in the Well. Hopefully we'll stick to that.
Yeah, but it's really, it's awesome seeing this very iconic card, this really epic alternate art for us as well. So yeah, I think this is going to, I've noticed with Reign of Jafar, like a lot of events aren't getting filled up. It's not as popular as previous sets, but I think really Fabled people are going to be grinding these to get as many of these playmats as they can. And
so we talk about organized play. So Charlie was saying, right? So as usual, there is 2 different promos that comes either with pre-release event or buy a box. So the 2 we got here is the Queen. I cannot read the name.
Conceited Ruler.
The Queen Conceited Ruler. And we have Alice.
Accidentally
Adrift. So Alice is buy a box. The Queen is a pre-release event.
We'll look at those. So both of those are new cards. So we're going to look at those when we
properly
get to the card reveal section.
I think what is worth saying just is I think a lot of the stores owners are still learning the expectation behind how they distribute those cards. So it's always a good thing to remind them, if you bought a box, ask for the buy a box. If you participate on the event, ask for the Queen.
Take our Instagram account and
just show it like it's official.
Look at the arrows.
But then there's more, right? So the other look we saw is the other promo cards that you get just for participating, as Charlie said, either via a tournament or just attendance, depends on how your local game store runs those. But it's very exciting. It's 3 returning cards. So we have the Cursed Merfolk returning. We have Strange of a Raging Fire, which is insane to think you can get those for free for such a strong card, which also confirms the reprint and the returnal. And Sisu, Daring Visitor. So that's the baby Sisu. It's also returning. So 3 really good cards, actually. I'm very excited. And it has all the finishes that you would expect from Fable, which the sparkly elements and so on. Obviously, you're probably wondering what else it is on the organized play kit. We don't have that information yet. Stay tuned. As soon as we have it, we're going to let you know. So that is the counters, the pins, and everything you would expect.
And then finally, we got a nice schedule of some upcoming Disney Lorcana TCG play events. And also some of these include Challenge Championship qualifiers.
So those are official, the challenges.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are the ones where competing in those, you will be able to earn qualification for your regionals. And I won't go through all of the events here. There's a lot. But
Pause the screen.
yeah, it's nice to see a very healthy roster and a calendar full of events for people who are interested in competing in those.
And they did say that there are more. And it's also worth saying that during the panel, they mentioned that there are more locations that will be announced as well. So we don't know yet. We're hoping that we'll get something to see in Canada. But it's nice to see that the UK has been included in the loop.
No shade on Wakefield UK, but it's crazy. Wakefield got an event with the CCQ, and we haven't got any in Canada yet. But,
We'll see.
And then, so now we can start looking at some of the beautiful cards that we've been revealed today. And we're going to start with the iconic card. And this is Mickey Mouse Brave Little Prince, pardon me. Brave Little Prince. We knew this card was coming, and now we get to see it in all of its full glory.
And all the effects, because last time we talked about it, it was still blurred.
Yeah.
So we got to see a few things. He's a Floodborn, he shifts a 5, he's evasive. He has a new ability. Yeah. Before Charlie goes through the actual effect, what is interesting is during the panel, they also explained the process of trying to get this art more... I just hit the microphone. So they're trying to get more space for the art to shine. So for those cards, for all iconic cards, they're actually removing the additional information they don't need. So shift and evasive has been removed. When you compare to the counterpart, which is their super rare, legendary, or whatnot, you get all that information. So it's cool to see the thought process. I recommend you watching the video. It's really, really nice to see that. And another thing that they said is actually the layers that goes on top of the iconic cards. It's very, very, very cool. That's the first ever in a TCG game. Again, I will try to show on the screen if we have the video. Otherwise, go look for it. It's like many different layers that makes the card be so unique.
Yeah. And I won't talk about the effect now. I'll talk about the effect when we see the regular version
of this
card. But we can move on to Minnie Mouse, who is the other iconic card for this set, the other part of that art. And it is continuous, which is really beautiful to see. And yeah, do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, no, she's a number card. I think that's one thing also to say. You can see that the colors are a little bit different than what we're used to. It's less vivid, but I think it's supposed to feel like the Golden Mickey, the texture, so maybe it had to be more flat in a way, if that makes sense. I just love it. It's so cool, and it's cool to see Alice Pisoni working one card. Yeah. And I think it's Nicolas Saviotti, right, in the other one. Because I thought, like, oh my God, it looks like the same art, but no, it's two different artists. Super great job.
Lots of collaboration there to blend those styles, and it must be such a challenge making it continuous.
Yeah, I know.
In that context. So yeah, I'm super excited to hear stories of people pulling these cards.
I was about to say this. This is the rarest rarity ever as of Fable. Yeah. Starting with Fable. We have no idea of the pull rates. It's supposed to be super hard. And there are only 2 of them. So you've seen all of them for Fabled.
Yeah. And then next we can look at the Enchanted card. So we have a bunch, and we'll start off with this one, which is Powerline. Once again, we'll talk about the card effect later, but this card is absolutely bonkers. Yeah. One of the new cards coming for this set, and yeah, incredible art on this. It's going to be one of people's chase cards. 100%. I can absolutely guarantee
100%. And it is a Floodborn as well, so it's cool to see how you can transform such a classic character, right? It's just... I'm terrified. I like all the Enchanted I've seen so far, and I cannot like them because it's going to be too hard to get them.
It's terrifying. Another one that I'm absolutely obsessed with is Eye to Eye, also an Enchanted card. And yeah, this is the art that was used to reveal a Goofy movie, and yeah, insane.
And the same art in the lore counter as well for the Trove. And it's really cool as well. You're seeing on screen, but the actual name of those cards on the Enchanted for Fable are all gold finished. Yeah. So it looks perfect.
We didn't want to buy that much product, and then we see these cards and we're just completely blown away.
But that's not all.
That's not all. Another new Enchanted card coming in this set is Dumbo, 9th Wonder of the Universe. So we're going to look at this card in more detail, but this might be my favorite Enchanted card ever. I think it's just,
Dumbo.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Unbelievably beautiful. I love this moment in the film, and yeah, it's crazy to see as a card.
It is fantastic. It's hard, but then you have on the side this Ariel Adventures Collector, which confirms that she's also coming as a return card, right? With its own Enchanted, and I think that is probably my favorite one ever. So we have the 2 favorite ones side by side. If you're wondering, this card was not shown on GemCon, but it was officially announced through Amazon listing. So Amazon added the products for Fable, including the Trove, and some of those images came from there. So it's still official. but not free at Gen Con, and that is probably my favorite Enchanted ever.
Yeah, it's incredible. And we also got to look at one Epic card.
Epic,
yeah. And this is Standout, also from the Goofy movie, a new action/song coming this set. And I was a little bit dubious if you go back and watch our old news when we revealed or when we talked about the new rarities and the kind of design they chosen for the Epic cards. I was a little bit unsure, but actually I think this looks incredible.
It does look cool. I mean, it still gives the expensive look, but it's the Enchanted from the first set.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is, right? With the same art, though. That's the only problem here. We understand what they're doing. It's nice to create an additional rarity. Yeah. If you don't remember, the iconic one is a little bit rarer than a legendary card, but way easier to find than an Enchanted, versus the iconic that is the rarest of all. So it's nice that we can expect, hopefully, that in a box you'll get at least an iconic. I'm hoping. Again, we don't know yet. We'll know very soon. But super cool. Love seeing Max here, Max Goof, and it's
And if you
beautiful.
look at the crowd, you see quite a few characters from the Goofy movie as well.
I want the cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll look at the effect very soon.
Yeah. And okay, you ready to actually talk about some cards now, Matthias?
Let's do this. That's my favorite time.
Yeah, and let's start by saying that actually Inkborn Heroes are going to be revealing a card on August 13 at 12 p.m. EST. It's going to be a returning card like all content creators are revealing this set. So stay tuned for that. We still need to film it. We have to come up with an idea and make sure we do it well.
We have some plans.
Yeah.
We're cooking something. Returning card, but still very, very exciting. So stay tuned on our Instagram and our YouTube and everywhere else.
Yeah.
We finally got to do it.
And then let's start off with the first card that we're looking at. And this is going to be Minnie Mouse Sweetheart Princess. So this is the card that we saw in its iconic form. 4-cost inkable, 2/4 questing for 2. She has 2 abilities. The first one is Royal Favor. Your characters named Mickey Mouse gain support. It's always nice to see that synergy between your Mickeys and Minnies. And bye now, whenever this character quests, you may banish chosen exerted character with 5 strength or more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is a nice effect. Of course, we've seen this amber removal kind of targeting high strength characters. It's like World's Greatest Criminal Mind and the Minnie Mouse Bodyguard, the Musketeer. So a little bit more of that. Of course, it requires your opponent to have an exerted card, and because Minnie needs to quest in order to do it, then your opponent can kind of play around it, which does kind of weaken the ability a little bit. So I don't know. I mean, it'll be nice to see if people are able to build those Mickey and Minnie decks. But maybe you could combine her with something like Amethyst, where you can force exert a character. That might be the way you do it.
But I do like it. It's still a good card even without effects, right? 2/4 is not bad. Questing for 2.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's all right, but I do like the effect. And I like as well that the support is just simply her by being there. Mickey gets support. Yeah. She doesn't need to do anything.
So at least like potentially she's making an impact as soon as you play her. The next amber card we're looking at is the Queen Conceited Ruler. This is the promo card for the set. 3-cost inkable, 2/4 questing for 1. Also with support and with the ability Royal Summons. At the start of your turn, you may choose and discard a princess or queen character card to return a character card from your discard to your hand. So this is something we know Amber has done in the past, which is kind of bringing things back from your discard pile. With Fabled, we can expect that the team are going to refocus the way some of these ink identities play in the game. So potentially this is an indicator that Amber is going to be focusing more on that ability to bring things out of your discard or to manipulate your discard pile. And it's interesting that you can discard a princess or queen and then potentially bring them back later if you need them. So I think that is potentially a really cool ability. And at the start of your turn, so she does need to survive a turn, but she's also... Is your opponent really going to go out of their way to remove her?
Exactly.
I'm not so sure.
It's actually super cool. And that's our Airy Rally art. We're always very fond of that.
Yeah,
it's
a really beautiful card. Yeah. And so that's, I think, all of it for Amber. So we can drop those into the tracker. And we're doing the quick transition, so not to give people motion sickness, as was mentioned. And then we'll move on to Amethyst. And we're starting off Amethyst with Dumbo, 9th Wonder of the Universe. We don't have the regular version of this card yet, so we don't know the rarity. But Dumbo is a 4-cost inkable 3/3 questing for 1, evasive, and has 2 abilities. The first one is Breaking Records. Exert, pay 1, draw a card and gain 1 law. And Making History, your other characters with evasive gain. Exert, pay 1, draw a card and gain 1 law. So I think this ability just sounds completely cracked. I don't know how you feel. Like it... being able to gain a law, draw a card, and pairing that with evasive, definitely a powerful ability.
I think you can try to try to break, but I think because there's a cost, right? You have to have the character on the board. Even if you're doing for all the other invasives, there's still that cost associated, and the cost also of exerting. I don't think people will be able to really go crazy, but I love the idea. I love
think
the effect.
it's interesting because we were calculating when we saw this card. So it means that if you want to make use of Dumbo's effect straight away, you need to play him when you have a minimum of 5 inks. So you can play Dumbo and then pay the 1 to exert one of your evasive characters, which I don't think is beyond the realm of possibility. But I can also see an instance where you have maybe 2 or 3 characters on the board, and then on 6 or 7 ink you play him and you're able to do the same thing. So a lot of like definitely good options for this card. I think we're going to see a lot of evasive support this set, and we know there are a lot of really powerful evasive cards in the game at the moment. So very
and
curious.
he's evasive himself. So it's I really love that concept.
I love this card. Another Dumbo card is Dumbo the Flying Elephant, 3 cost, inkable, 2/2 questing for 1 with evasive, and has the ability Aerial Duo. When you play this character, chosen character gains evasive until the start of your next turn. Which is great. It's a nice way to protect your characters. Has synergy with the other Dumbo. So if you have a non-evasive character in play and the other Dumbo, you can play this one, give them evasive, and then they can make use of Dumbo's ability. I think, the main thing is just being able to protect your characters, but also it can be used defensively if you need to challenge an evasive character. You can drop Dumbo down, and it has the effect of some different actions and songs that are out there already.
That's right.
Yeah. And then another character from Dumbo. This is Timothy Q. Mouse, Flight Instructor, 2 cost inkable, 1/4 with the ability Let's Show Him Dumbo. While you have a character with evasive in play, this character gains +1.
Again, all working out together. And he quests for 1, by the way.
He does, yes, sorry. It's really great stats. I mean, it's Daisy Duck that's inkable. Obviously, it costs a little bit more, and you do have that condition of needing to set it up, but a lot less downsides to something like Daisy Duck, so definitely can work well in a deck with lots of evasives. Probably a more aggressive version of an evasive deck that's really wanting to quest as quickly as possible, and you can even give Timothy evasive with the other Dumbo, and then keep him safe as well. So yeah, I like this one a lot.
Which Daisy Duck you're talking about?
The Donald's Date.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because she's a 1/4 questing for 2, but she's an inkable 1 cost and your opponent draws. So, I can show her on the screen. So
I see what you mean. So then he will be getting the additional 1 without the
without being
negative effect of
exactly. So
that's interesting.
I do like that one.
Imagine having both.
And then the last card we have for Amethyst, it's one we saw already. This is Belle, Accomplished Mystic, one of the returning cards this set. I think a lot of people love this card. It's a really efficient removal in Amethyst. It still sees play, especially with so many what's the word resist characters flying around like your rhinos and things like that. So Bella is a great way to deal with those, and I'm glad to see she's coming back because I think she is needed for the game, and it's something your opponent has to play around.
That is true.
So let's drop those into the tracker now. Yeah, obviously we've already talked about these returning cards so much in the past, so we don't necessarily need to go too deep.
It's more just to let you know Belle is back.
Yeah. Starting us off in Emerald, we have Standout. This is a 3-cost inkable song. Chosen character gets +3 strength and gains evasive until the start of your next turn. So a similar effect to Dumbo, but on a song rather than on a body. I do think if we are seeing a lot of evasives in this upcoming set, which it does seem to be based on what we've seen so far and what we know is being reprinted, then I do think this is going to be a useful thing. The fact that it's a song, again, really just means you don't need to spend ink necessarily to get this ability. I think this one's quite...
It's tricky, right?
Quite cool.
It is literally... Yeah, you're just putting there, you're getting the power you need with the strength you need. It should then challenge an evasive character and taking it off the board, but... Yeah. We never know until we see the full deck, right? What people are using.
It's very hard to know without seeing
a beautiful card, though.
And then we did see it earlier, but we do also have Curse Merfolk, Ursula's Handiwork, 1-cost, uninkable 0/1, questing for 2, with the ability Pour Souls. Whenever this character is challenged, each opponent chooses and discards a card. So this is a returning card, a really great card, another one that sees a lot of play still, and another one I think is necessary for the game, which is really cool to see they are picking and drawing from those cards that are playable, that do serve a purpose in those ink identities. So yeah, I really like this one.
It's scary to see it back because it's such a strong card. It's such a pain to deal with, but I love this card.
Yeah, me too. So let's drop those into the tracker. We do know there's a Max Goof card floating around there on Amazon, but we don't have the full card, all of it to show it nicely. So we'll save that for another video.
It's the one from the starter deck, but we'll get to that eventually.
And then starting us off in Ruby, we have Powerline, World's Greatest Rockstar, 6 cost, Inkable, 6/4, questing for 2. He is a shift 4 because he is a Floodborn, and he's only a Floodborn. Matthias pointed out that's the only classification he has. He's a Singer 9, which means that with the Singer ability is moving from Amber. It was exclusively Amber, and now it's in Ruby, which
the first time ever
opens up a lot of possibilities. We'll see if Be Prepared gets returned this set. And he also has the ability Mashup. Once during your turn, whenever this character sings a song, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a song card with cost 9 or less and play it for free. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order.
Terrifying.
So, yeah, I mean, firstly, being able to play Be Prepared on turn 4 is just crazy. Being able to play some of the other like high cost songs on turn 4, the new Beyond the Horizon, for instance, just being able to sing it straight away with Powerline if you shift him, just absolutely crazy. And then potentially being able to play another 9 cost song straight away. Yeah, that's a lot of cheating out ink. You could potentially do 18 inks worth of stuff on turn 4. Insane.
People are saying that this is gonna get in a rut. I don't think it's that extremely powerful yet.
It depends.
It depends on what we're getting.
It depends what we're getting. Yeah, because do you often want to be playing Be Prepared on turn 4? Maybe if your opponent's running an aggro deck.
And come on, I don't think Be Prepared will be reprinted either. I don't think.
We'll see. I think Be Prepared's necessary, especially if we don't see Big CC returning.
Yeah, I hope it is reprinted. I'm not fully confident yet. We shall see. But he can sing another card as well, which is the next card, the next song card, which is Eye to Eye.
Yeah, so this is Eye to Eye. We'll see if he wants to sing this song. It's a 9-cost Inkable song. To sing together 9, so it means we're getting sing together songs this set, which is nice because it tended to just be the set with the Illuminator's Quest, but we are getting some more this set. Probably 1 per color, that's usually the pattern. Each player draws 2 cards and gains 2 lore. If 2 or more characters sang this song, ready them, they can't quest for the rest of the turn. So it's a very expensive card. It's nice that it's inkable because you really don't want to have this thing stuck in your hand if you're not able to set up the boards to sing it. Of course, you can sing it solo with Powerline, but then you won't be able to get the second part of the effect. But being able to draw 2 cards in the 2 lore could be quite nice to get you over the finish line. But I don't know whether you really would want to kind of give your opponent that advantage as well, because that can be quite crazy.
I think it's more if you're closing the game right at that point.
I guess combined with like Maui Half Shark in a deck like that, then that could be really powerful. Like sing this, crash Maui into something, and then sing it again potentially.
And that we cannot underlook being able to ready again 2 characters, right? It's crazy if it does work. It's just you need to get at that point.
But I love this art, and it's actually crazy how the artists have obviously, it's Ariwelli again, they've collaborated to have the same pose, but just from 2 different angles. So incredible. Love this card. I think this, if I ever meet Ariwelli in person, I'm definitely going to get this signed.
Yes.
This is a super, super cool one. And then next up, we have Mickey Mouse Brave Little Prince. 3-cost inkable, 2/2 questing for 1. He's also a Floodborn, shifting at 5, has evasive, and has the ability Crowning Achievement. Whilst this character has a card under him, he gets +3 strength, +3 willpower, and +3 lore, which makes him basically a Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor if you shift him. So yeah, when it says has a card under him, this is the first time I think that's actually been used as a condition for an ability. Has it? I remember there was some funny things with the Floodborn.
There was Baymax as well and stuff like that, but I don't remember if he used the term under him. Yeah. But it's a Floodbar card, so things will be under him.
Yeah. But it also means that if you're just playing Mickey and you don't have a Mickey to shift him onto, then he's kind of like a 2/2 questing for 1. That's generally the stats of a 1-cost card. Yeah. So you really do need to set him up and shift him, but it's
far later.
Yeah. So it's actually a card that's more expensive to shift than just to play. So
exactly.
That's really
because of the effect, right? Because of the effect, but it is an evasive card, so hopefully, he's weak, right? He could go away. I'm staring at the card because obviously you're looking at the screen. There was no rarity. They're probably trying to hide the rarity, but come on, the card comes off of the frame. And only legendary cards come off of the frame. But not only that, what I'm extremely shocked now, and I don't know if you realize as well, is
I saw it,
literally in our screen, you can see the legendary logo behind. The layer they put on top to hide the logo doesn't hide. It's not full black.
We have the in our studio, we have the brightest monitor in the world. you can see it from space. So it's like highlighting the fact that you can see the
I
logo
can see the
underneath.
legendary logo behind.
So if you want, take this card, put it into Photoshop, blow up the brightness, and you'll see the logo on the bottom.
So I'm sorry. I mean, it is a legendary card. I think they are trying to keep the mystery, but again, there are two things here. He's blowing out off the frame.
Yeah.
That's a legendary characteristic. And the freaking legendary logo can be seen. So we know the second legendary card for Fable, because the other one, it has been confirmed to be
Which was Maleficent.
the reprint or the return of Maleficent.
And she's coming, but first, the first returning card we're looking at, we already saw her as well. It's Sisu Daring Visitor. 3-cost Inkborn, 1/1, questing for 1, evasive, with the ability Bring on the Heat. When you play this character, banish chosen opposing character with 1 strength or less. Another card I think is necessary for the game, being able to put that removal, giving Ruby a way to deal with some of those low strength but aggressive questers in other colors. So it's good to have her back. Whether it means we're going to see Big Sisu returning, I hope not. But
well, that's again guesses. We're just guessing. We already know the two.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Legendaries, right? No. But there is a surprise for the end of this video.
Yeah.
Returning cards can actually have a different rarity.
Yeah.
So could be Big Sisu come back as a super rare?
No.
I think it's too strong for a super rare.
I'm sorry, Ruby players.
Yeah.
It's just my least favorite card to play against. But yeah, as Matteo said, we're also getting Maleficent Dragon, who is the other legendary in the slot for this set. 9-cost Inkable, 7/5, questing for 2, with the ability Dragonfire. When you play this character, you may banish chosen character. Another card that I'm going to keep saying it, I think is necessary for the game. It's a very expensive card, but having that removal is just so necessary for the control.
Big, strong removal, yeah.
So great to see her back. And then a card that doesn't really see much play, but I think definitely has a place. It's Aerial Adventurous Collector, 3-cost Inkable, 2/3, questing for 1, evasive, and has the ability Inspiring Voice. When you play this, whenever you play a song, chosen character gains evasive until the start of your next turn. Because we're seeing the singer ability coming over into Ruby, we can expect there's going to be more support for singing in Ruby. Ruby generally isn't a color that you pair with songs and singers all too much, but I think there's definitely, again, a refocus of the ink identities coming with Fabled and probably beyond. So potentially Ariel is going to have more of a place, because it is a very powerful being able to give evasive, and it's whenever. So if you sing 10 songs, you can give evasive 10 times in a single turn.
And to be fair, it's Ariel. You would expect her to sing. So I'm glad that it's bringing back to her own characteristics. And imagine if you're playing this with Amethyst, where we saw all these evasive synergies with Dumbo as well, like a Ruby Amethyst deck. Yeah. I know that's a different profile, it's full evasive, but maybe with the Peter Pan, there's a lot of things going on, right? With Maui and so on and so on. Yeah, if he comes back. You look at the screen. In the screen, we're using the card from set 3, because the set 9 Fable reprint hasn't been shown yet. The reason we know she's back is because of the Enchanted, so we can assume. But once we know the number, we'll show you the actual card for this new set. Yeah. And we're thinking that she'll still stay as super rare. She might not be super rare.
That is very true.
So don't look at the rarity.
We should get rid of the rarity.
We will hide properly the rarity, but she's coming back. We know
maybe
that.
She'll be a rare. So we'll drop all of those into the tracker now for you. And then we can go to Sapphire. And we are starting off Sapphire with Mulan, Considerate Diplomat, a 5-cost Inkable, 3/5 questing for 2, with the ability Imperial Invitation. Whenever this character quests, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a princess character card and put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. A lot of people have always been excited in Disney Lorcana at the prospect of building a queen/princess deck, and this is more spotted specifically for the princess part of it, so it's really, really cool to see that. I always find, maybe not competitively, but casually, these cards that have these random chances of being able to do things, like I find it really exciting to have. So I love seeing that. We'll have to see if there's more strong princesses coming. Mulan can definitely find a place.
It's a tricky risk, but it's always cool to go through the adrenaline. Two things to say: Mulan is also an Enchanted. We revealed that before. That's why we did not show. It was revealed during the Chinese event. Yeah. And this Mulan is also the card that comes with one of the starter decks alongside Ariel, which is another returning card in Amber.
Yes, yeah.
Which is also a princess. So I'm guessing the theme of that deck is the princess synergy.
That's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. And then the other other Sapphire card we're looking at is Alice, Accidentally Adrift, 4-cost inkable, 2/3, questing for 2 with 2 abilities. The first one, Washed Away. When you play this character, you may put chosen item into its player's inkwell face down and exerted. Always a very useful ability to have. And Making Waves. Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character gets -2 strength this turn. So yeah, the first ability really good because you can target one of your own items in order to accelerate your ink, but it can also be removal for one of your opponent's items, so lots of uses there. I think actually decent stats, and the fact that you've also got that on-quest ability as well. Reducing the strength could be paired with something like a small Sisu to remove a character, can be used to challenge a character, or could even be combined with something like Emerald to maybe, if Under the Sea gets a reprint, then it can work with that. So yeah.
So in short, buy a box, and then you're gonna get plenty of this. You can get a full play set.
Yeah. Buy a whole case, why not?
Buy a full case.
And that is it for Sapphire, so we'll put them into the tracker now. And then we're going over to Steel. And starting us off in Steel, we have Jasmine, Fearless Princess, a 5-cost inkable, 3/7 questing for 2. She has 2 abilities. The first one is Take the Leap. During your turn, this character gains Evasive. And now's my chance. Choose and discard a card. This character gains Challenger +3 this turn. Important to say, so she is a rare card. You will see her popping through the frame here on this version. That's because it was on some promotional material at Gen Con. The actual card, we imagine we can say pretty safe.
I've seen it already. It's actually, she's smaller. Even her hair is not cut. It's within the frame, so it's just for the promotional material. So that's one
thing to say. And then actually, I think a really cool card. It's a nice tech card in your Steel deck if you're expecting a lot of evasive cards, which I think we will see a lot of this set. If you discard a card and give it that Challenger +3, she can one-shot a Maui Half Shark, which is really good to have in Steel, being able to deal with that. As a 3/7, she's really difficult to remove. A lot to like about this card. I actually think it's interesting. So there aren't many effects in the game that care about discarding at the moment. I think the main one being like something like the Sheriff of Nottingham. So potentially you could pair with him if he returns, because then you can ping the 1 damage. If Chernobog returns, then she has synergies there. But until we know the full roster, it's very difficult to comment exactly what this means.
But we're seeing a lot of evasive, so she's coming at the right time. I'm having such a hard time understanding what's going on in this set for the new cards, like the storytelling.
Yes, yeah.
There's still a lot of fights, a lot of combat, and it feels like it's the first of a full year. Are they already fighting? Do they not have a single moment to breathe?
They give these glimmers a break.
Yes, but we'll find out hopefully through the lore cards.
Yeah. And then next we have another returning card. This is Strength of a Raging Fire, a 3-cost inkable song. You know it and love it already. It's deal damage to chosen character equal to the numbers of characters you have in play. I know when we shared this on our Instagram, we were getting a lot of comments. A very polarizing card. Some people devastated it's getting a reprint, and some people happy that it's getting a reprint. But I think as a card, again, it probably comes down to the way Ravensburger are building the sets moving forward in the ink identities. I think Strength of a Raging Fire, it's a card that encourages you to play to the board, because the more characters you have, the more powerful it becomes. I think it becomes a lot less oppressive if things like Ursula, Deceiver of All, and Cinderella Ballroom Sensation don't get reprinted.
Which we don't think will. I'm actually guessing.
We'll have to say. I think a lot of people had predicted Cinderella probably wouldn't get a reprint, just because I think that can really lock a lot of decks out of the early game. So I think seeing this to me suggests that we won't see those cards, just because I think this is a lot healthier when you can't start singing it on turn 2, or when you can't sing it twice. So yeah, I do think it's useful. Steel needs a way to deal with evasive cards. It needs ways to deal with threats. So I'm personally happy. I'm a Steel song player anyway.
No, but you're right. Like, again, we're seeing such a pattern of evasive. Sorry. Yeah. We need some answers, right, for the different ink types. So that makes sense.
And it's a card that's used across pretty much.
It's a fun card. Every
color that pairs with Steel is essentially running Strength of a Raging Fire, and it's also going to be a promo card. So I think this is a really, really good one.
If you really want to try it, just get one and try it. But I love cards that changes as the game changes, right? The effect is very fluctuative, and I love it. Yeah.
And then last but not least, we have Aerial Sonic Warrior, our last returning card to look at today. 6-cost inkable, 3/8, questing for 2. She's a Floodborn, so she'll shift in at 4, and has the ability Amplified Voice. Whenever you play a song, you may pay 2 to deal 3 damage to a chosen character. So again, I think if we do lose some of the steel removal cards, then Ariel serves that function of pairing with your songs and then giving you some extra ways to remove cards. Ariel, a card, is seeing a lot of play in traditional steel song at the moment, a card I'm running as well. So I'm very happy to get her back. Revealed at Gen Con by Lorcana Duo.
With gigantic cards.
With a gigantic card. I wonder if they get to keep it.
Imagine bringing the airport and the flight. But not only that, right? That's what we hinted earlier in the video. She's coming back as a rare card.
Yeah.
And that opens a lot of... Well, that means a lot of things. That means that they're probably trying to have more slots for other cards in the super rare slot. That is probably more powerful. But it also opens doors that, as I said earlier, maybe some legendary cards could come back.
Yeah.
As non-legendary, so we have more of those.
Yeah, so if you were breathing a sigh of relief that we're not going to see Big Sisu, she could come back as
a super
Someone posted on Twitter her as an uncommon, and I think people were terrified. So we'll have to see. It does mean that just because, you know, Maleficent Dragon is taking up that Ruby legendary slot, doesn't mean that we're not going to see something else.
Exactly.
So I think that's really... It makes it a lot more exciting, the reveal season, because we don't know now. We might see.
It is crazy.
We know we're getting Elsa as the legendary in Amethyst, so it means maybe we'll still get Yen Sid, maybe we'll still get Ursula. So yeah, very, very curious to see how it goes.
Yes, so super, super cool. And this brings us to the end. This is still. Let's put still on screen.
And so back to us, and that is the end of the reveals and the news for today. Of course, it's the start of reveal season, so there are going to be plenty more of these videos coming up, probably in very quick succession. So if you enjoyed this one, hit the like button and subscribe so that you're the first to know about all of those other ones coming up.
Hit the bell.
Ring the bell, smash it.
Yeah, but pretty much as day 1 of Gen Con, so day 2, day 3, and then 4 is out on the way as well. So maybe we'll see more. I'm sure we'll see more things coming.
Stick to our Instagram as well. I'll show it on the screen right now because, of course, we'll be mainly Mateus. We'll be covering all of the things happening at Gen Con as they happen as best as he can. And you'll be the first to know there as well.
Thank you so much for all of our YouTube members as well. We really, really appreciate your help. We've been very absent in the last month. We know that. Again, we are always trying to do an outro for this video to explain our situation. It's been crazy. We're selling our house. We're trying to buy a house. We are having some issues in the process. We made offers that fell through. Everything is going to work out. Everything is started to go well, but that also means that our attention had to go a little bit more towards that. Yeah. But there's a lot coming. We will try to be more present.
And the funny thing is, when we're looking at houses, we're saying, is there space for a YouTube studio?
Exactly. So we're still considering like a son.
Yeah, our house doesn't have a basement. It's built on a concrete
The current house.
So all of the other houses we're seeing do have basements, and it's like, oh yeah, so much space to be able to do YouTube stuff. So yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to do that. And as Charlie said in the beginning of the video, we will have a card review coming very soon. So stay tuned and get to start guessing what is the returning card we will be announcing.
We'll post some hints on our Instagram very soon.
Thank you so much for Ravensburger for the opportunity. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, send in the comments below. And let us know which returning card you are really excited about. Yeah. Hopefully it will happen. And until next time, happy questing.
Happy questing.